Hello, this is Victor at RestoreYourMercedes.com. This video is for Marko in Illinois, and this is CL500 door lock pump. It's a PSC pump, door locking, rear handle, lumbar support and stuff like that. A PSC pump. Okay, so the pump itself is working fine now. There were quite a few issues with it, and sorted them all out. Right now the pump had been energized on the bench for about, I don't know, maybe like 14-15 hours, and the reason for that is just to make sure that there are no internal leaks. Okay, so the pressure reservoir, as you can see, still filled up, and vacuum is also holding on just fine. So I do run this pump at 12 volts, exactly 12. When the engine is running, it runs at like 14. So we'll leave it at 12, just as if the engine is not running. So when you come over and unlock your vehicle and lock your vehicle, your battery is about 12.6, let's say 12.5 volts, right? On average. Could be lower, could be a little higher, but about there. So I'll leave it at 12, somewhere in the middle. Because the more voltage you give the pump, faster the motor spins, obviously more pressure and more vacuum it creates. Quicker rather, it creates that vacuum and pressure. Okay, so the motor was replaced, but was not installed properly. All the pump vanes and everything was all out of place. The shaft was cut too much, and so anyway, I've got all of that settled and down. The wires, I put in new cables here. I don't know if you can see them. These ones, I like to put these on because the motor gets hot and the original wires might melt. So everything retorqued. This pipe trimmed a little bit. It's a good pipe, so just put a little zip tie here just for a little extra support. And had to adjust the pressure. So it's a lot of work just to get it to where it is. It's going to work now. Now again, there must be no cycling of the pump when it's connected in the vehicle. If it cycles, that means that there is a vacuum or pressure leak in the vehicle. So right now, as you can see, the pump is energized. If I'm going to create a leak, that's the vacuum leak. Once it creates enough vacuum it needs, it shuts down. So we'll create a pressure leak now. See. Same with pressure circuit. Once it creates enough pressure, it should stop and it should be quiet. It might come on and off from time to time, but not like it would come on and off every 30 to 40 seconds. Next, we're going to test our door locks and all the other things. So let's see if you can see the gauge. Okay, perfect. So we need to get 0.5 to 0.5 on both sides. So you got 0.5 here is the vacuum. First line here is 0.5 in pressure. So lock and unlock now. 0.5 on unlocking, 0.5 on locking. I tested on the trunk circuit. Because it's a separate circuit, but I did take a look at the others. The others show less pressure because switchover valves switch from left to right, and the pressure is dropping a little bit, but that's normal. Next circuit we have here, like I said, as you can see, pump energized for a second. That's normal. Next circuit is what we have here, KAF. So let's see, KAF, that would be our rear. Okay, this circuit does two things. It's the headrest. If your headrests are vacuum driven, so that would be headrest circuit to actually fold them back in. So let's try them, even though this car does have electric ones. As you can see, headrest circuit created vacuum to drop headrest back down. Your car has electric ones, so it's not in use, but the second part of this circuit is remote trunk release. So that's pressure. When the trunk releases, it also unlocks the trunk, so I'm going to block unlocking port of the pump of the trunk lock, and then it's going to switch over to the actual release of the trunk. See, first I have to unlock the vehicle. Let's see. There it goes. As you can see, first it unlocks it, and then it locks. First it unlocks the trunk lock, and then it actually pops it. So you see how I block this unlocking port, and then pressure raises. That's normal operation. And the last circuit for this particular pump is our rear trunk handle. Come on now. Alright, I'll hold it like that. Excuse me. This is a rear trunk handle. This is the one that comes out the trunk lid. It's SFG. Okay, so let's get the handle going. So when I hold the terminal, the handle is pushed out, it's extended outward, and when I let go of the circuit, the handle goes back in. So that is lock. Okay, so this is basically the handle operation. It locks and unlocks. Right now the car was locked, so let me unlock the vehicle, so it should work a little differently. Let's see now. Okay, let's see. As you can see, when the vehicle is unlocked, only one cycle, pressure and vacuum. So this is basically how it works. The pump works just fine, and I don't have any problems with it anymore, and it's ready to be mailed out. One kind of a questionable portion of this pump is this. Let me see if I can zoom on it. I don't know if you can see it. This port, which is the pressure port, this is an important one. It has glue all over it. So I don't know what happened here, because it's also bent a little bit. This is pushed in, so it's not usual. I've seen them sometimes break off, but I don't know, there's lots of glue on it. So it's not leaking. Even if it was glued over, you have to be really careful with this port. If it's what's glued, I mean, I didn't want to go all the way in there and just see, because I don't want to break it. And it's also like not aligned with the others. It's kind of like deformed a little bit. That should work because it works on the bench, but you have to be careful with this particular port. MKL, this is pressure port. If this is leaking, if this leaks, then you're gonna have a problem with your pump cycling and burning itself. So that has to be looked at when you put it on. You basically start the vehicle, pump should cycle a couple of times, and it should shut down, just like you saw on the bench when we first started this video. It should be quiet, no activation. So that's basically all right now. The ports, I'm gonna put this back on here. Okay, so we're good to go. Alright, so this is going to be all. This is Victor at RestoreMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.